is good? It's your boy Sam back here with another video, and in this video today, guys, we're going to be going over and talking about a 1 million MT squad builder for each and every one of you guys. Now, if you don't know, I don't include free cards in these. And so let's say you got a Chris Bosh. Let's say you got a Cliff Robinson. Let's say you've got, Brandon Roy. Those cards obviously should be included. But in this squad builder, I can't just assume everybody has those. And so I really normally do not include free cards. So just keep that in the back of your mind as we do dive into this 1 million MT squad builder. Starting off at the point guard position. Yo, hello. Can I find my man, Michael Ray Richardson? Oh, it's because he spells his name a little interesting. Okay, I guess I never noticed that before. Here's the deal with Michael Ray Richardson. You want defense at the point guard position. He is instant defense. That's exactly what he's going to provide for you. His release isn't bad either, though. And even his movement, you can move and groove a little bit with him. 6'5", but the best part about him is going to be that defense. The way I look at Michael Ray Richardson is like an off-brand Dwayne Wade, right? Where both of those guys defensively are just going to be ridiculous. The problem is Wade offensively gives you at least the ability to attack the rim. Michael Ray Richardson really doesn't. Obviously, if you have Dwayne Wade, plug him in right here. You can get it. If you got him for about 100,000 MT, and then if you sold the Sapphires back, like 40,000 MT maybe. And so that's really not a bad price. But again, if you're looking right now, just starting my team, Michael Ray Richardson is the point guard I would start you guys off with. At the shooting guard position, I'm going to cheat the system a little bit. I'm plugging in Steve Smith. Now, I'm not cheating the system because if you just look at how much he costs MT-wise, it's still under 100,000 MT. Now, you should grind for Steve Smith. It's not a long grind. It's a free he's a free card, and you can get one of the best shooting guards in the entire game. That's how good Steve Smith is. 6'8", good release, decent frame, can move a little bit. Definitely a shooting guard I recommend. I was looking through the shooting guards, and I mean, sure, there are some decent ones, and we'll plug one in at the backup shooting guard position. But there, in my opinion, were none as good as Steve Smith. So, I mean, even if you lock him in, whatever MT-wise, he is still less than 100,000 MT, so there you guys go. I would definitely grind him out there. I'm not a fan of locking in sets, especially when you have to spend MT on them. At the small forward position, this one should be no surprise to really anybody that knows me. Andre Kirilenko. I'm a massive Andre Kirilenko fan. I think he's a top 3 at minimum shooting guard in the entire game. And it's crazy because when he got announced, I wasn't super excited about him just because I feel like the Haywood Highsmith release the last couple of years has not been ideal, has not been great. This year, I think it's a lot better though. And so I'm a massive fan of Andre Kirilenko. Even if I'm you guys and let's say you have, I don't know, let's say you're small forward, I'm just going to throw out a name, it's like Kyle Korver. I think I'd buy AK, use him for 3 weeks, and then sell him back ultimately. Yes, you're going to lose some MT, but you are definitely going to enjoy using this card. One of the best and most complete defensive players in the entire game, and he is knocked down on the offensive end of the court. Power forward position, another guy that plays for me, Amethyst Jaren Jackson Jr. He provides a consistent stretch big approach that, I mean, you just can't overlook. He knocks down shots, but his defense is absolutely elite. There's something about Jaren's player build in my area, just in 2K, that doesn't make sense. Last year, he was 6'11". This year, he's only 6'10". But I feel like his player build is still absolutely incredible. And so that's why I'm going to recommend you guys picking him up and running him on your squads. Just because I personally have had a lot of success with him. And I think everybody that runs this card is going to have a success with him. I don't think it's anything I'm doing with Jaren. I just think Jaren is that good that in anyone's hands, he is going to look really, really solid. At the center position, Ruby Serge Ibaka. This one is one that I was going back and forth. Do I want to plug in Serge? Do I not want to plug in Serge? I think I do. Now, if you want to run Serge at the power forward position, move Jaren to that center position. I've got no issues with that either. This is just my preference because I've been running Jaren at the power forward position for quite some time. So here's the deal with Serge Ibaka. In my opinion, he's the step below a guy like Jaren. He's a step below a guy like Anthony Davis. But you can plug him in and have nearly just as much success. Decent player model, gonna shoot the ball well. And with those two things, what else do you really need on the court? As long as he can compete on the interior, stretch the court out, That's what you need. Because newsflash, with this lineup I got out here, I mean, I don't really have a guy that can 3-hunt, a guy that I can run an inside center with. So this is the lineup that I'm just going to score at any cost. And with that, you need 5 guys on the court that can shoot. That's why I like Serge Ibaka in this spot at the starting center position. Starters gonna cost you around 450,000 MT if you buy Steve Smith. If you grind Steve Smith, you're looking at 350,000 MT. Heading into the bench unit, and yes, I gotta cheat again because I absolutely love this card. And just know he's not a long grind. You can get Sean Livingston relatively quick, and I definitely would recommend it because this card is absolutely elite. Even if you lock in and buy Sean Livingston, man, I'll talk about him still for you guys. Sean Livingston. I love this card. 6'7". He's got a bad 3-ball, but his release makes up for everything. I don't know why or what it is about Sean Livingston and his release, but I'm telling you guys right now, if you use Sean Livingston or even watch my gameplay from 2 days ago, yesterday, whenever I did it, he is so knocked down in the catch-shoot situation. I'm pretty sure he has like a 55 3-ball, but his release makes it feel like an 80. It's that good in my team. And just know Sean Livingston's going to play good defense, has that 6'7" frame that everybody's going to love. Is he a primary ball handler? I mean, I'd say no. But if somebody puts a guy like Kyrie, Steph Curry on him, he's going to post spin them every single time down the court. So those are just the things to think about for Sean Livingston. Do I necessarily... Do I run this card right now? No, but could he play on the best squad in the game? I think you can make the case. At the shooting guard alongside Sean Livingston, Derek Anderson. A card who is not really talked about a ton. He's not, but I definitely do like him, and I'd recommend him for anybody that plays my team. Why? He's just a shooting guard that can hold it down. Again, he's not talked about a lot because he is in a set and he is decently expensive, but if for whatever reason you really are struggling at the shooting guard position, I think if you get Derek Anderson, you're not going to regret it. And I like him alongside Sean Livingston because Derek Anderson can make a few plays. He can be, I don't love him as your primary ball handler, but he can be that primary ball handler if you are struggling that little bit. And I think alongside Sean Livingston, you need a guy that can handle the ball a little bit more. And so I think he's going to handle it better than a guy like Steve Smith. And that's why I'm plugging him in right alongside Sean Livingston in that bench backcourt. Heading to that small forward position, a card that came out quite a while ago now, but I still love Scottie Pippen. Just over 100K MT right now, I do believe. And for that price, I mean, it's going to continue to go down. But Scottie Pippen is still in my top 5 small forwards list. Probably even top 3. Top 3 is a little tough because it's like him or Kawhi. But I really do love Scottie Pippen. He knocks down shots for me. I never have to worry about him on the defensive end of the court because he's absolutely elite. And I will say it right now. There's not many releases I like better in this entire game than Scottie Pippen's release. And I don't think that's just a me thing. I think that's how good Scottie Pippen's release truly is. I would not be surprised if it is used in Pro-Am and Park because it is that elite of a release in 2K. So that's my opinion on Scottie Pippen. Was really good last year. I think this card is better than he was last year, or was that 2 years ago at this stage? I'm not sure. Power forward position, I'm plugging in NBA is back, Paolo Banchero. This card did debut on my power forward list today. Did he come as high as a guy like a Jaren? No, but I still do like Banchero for what you need him to do on the court. 6'10", good frame, gonna play solid defense. And offensively, he is going to knock down open looks for you, and that's all he needs to do. Offensively, he's not gonna be your primary ball handler, although he probably can get you that occasional bucket. And I feel like his defense is very underrated just for how good his player model is. People don't a lot of times take into consideration player models. They'll see Banchero 6'10", mediocre defensive stats. He's probably not a great defender. But then you look at that player build and you're like, wow. I mean, it definitely is impressive when you do use him. So I've had a lot of success using Banchero in the Nobody Spent Squad series, and I'm super, super glad I got him. Like, I mean, I could have got Malcolm Brogdon. I could have got, Jaren, but I got in the middle with Paolo Banchero, and I am not mad at it at all. Rounding things out at the center position, Amethyst Anthony Davis. His price has went down a little bit, and it's going to continue to go down. But if you've got this card, I mean, I can't even make the case you should sell it because he is still absolutely elite. Now, AD compared to Jaren, I think they're very similar skill levels. I think AD has a smoother, easier release to green. Jaren, in my opinion, has a better player model, player build. Between those two, it really is preference based. But even the fact that AD is in that same category, I think speaks for itself. I mean, he came out how long ago and he is still absolutely elite in my team. So, I mean, I'm a big fan of AD. He's always, I mean, at least in play now, ran the game. And this my team card is really solid as well. Now, one thing you'll notice is I don't really have any pure scorers on the court. I feel like Amethyst and below, there's just not many of them. D-Book is a pure scorer, I would say. Donovan Mitchell is, but you have to buy him. But as far as Amy and below, it's tough to find them. And with that, I would recommend not using an inside big. So that's why you don't see me using, any inside bigs here. We got 5 guys on the court that can shoot, and I think that is helpful unless you got a guy that can get you a bucket, let's say like a Steph Curry, Kyrie Irving. That's going to wrap it up for my 1 million MT squad builder today, guys. Let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.